Hey everybody, it's your girl Renee Yvonne back for another video. Looking to give you some more helpful advice for those of you who are looking to recover lost time, rebuild your life, and rejuvenate your destiny after heartbreak. So during this video, I will be talking to you a little bit about my suggestions for if he keeps cheating. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because there's a lot of things that have been going on in society, and it seems like cheating is the norm. So it could be he or she, take it however it resonates with you and your situation, whoever's watching. But I wanted to give you guys some good tips that I have actually applied to my life that have actually helped me to safeguard my heart and to move on and become better and not bitter. Because if you continue to sometimes move forward in situations and not have an outlet that is healthy, it can be a rough patch, and it can really keep you from moving forward and getting everything that God has for you and from a place of abundance. You don't want to move forward from a situation where you feel like you've been done wrong or vice versa, whatever, and you're bitter. Every situation that we go through in life is a valuable learning experience to help us become wiser, smarter, and stronger. So like I said, I'll be talking to you today about if he or she continues to cheat, okay? Do this. So the first thing that you want to do if you find out that you're in a relationship with someone, no matter the context of it, is you want to decide if you care. You simply want to kind of weigh your investment on the situation. You want to really look at your relationship with that individual and see how serious it is. It might be a casual relationship. It might be something serious, because if it is non-committal, or it has been, you're just dating somebody and you find out that they cheated on you during the courting phase of your relationship with them, then you can just move on. Okay? But you want to decide if you care. You want to take a good look at the situation overall, look at your commitment, look at your relationship with that individual, and just make a decision. Okay? If you don't care, then move on with your life. Okay? Now, if you do care, then you have a choice. If you don't care, then you can choose to continue on in the relationship. Some people prefer or have a specific sweet spot for polyamorous relationships, and it might not be a big deal to you. You might be dating or seeing other people yourself, so it might not be a big deal to you. If you are somebody who has been monogamous with this individual, you guys have come together and have been courting one another or dating, whatever you want to call it, and there has been some sort of agreement or commitment made that you guys would commit to one another to that extent of being monogamous to one another, then you want to think about what you really want in a partner. And is it really this person? Is it really this kind of behavior? Take a look at how many times the offenses happen. If it's the first offense, you want to take a look and have a clear vision of what you want in a partner, because you want to make sure that you're able to clearly communicate that to your significant other, your partner, moving forward, and see if this is something that they could foresee themselves becoming or agreeing to with you moving forward, or whether or not you want to take the chance. Okay? Now, if you do decide that, the next thing that I put on my list is that you should decide. So then the next thing that I put on my list is that you should establish a space and time for you to get out of their line of influence and to have clear vision. So like I said, you want to go ahead and you want to have a clear vision of what you do want in a partner, what you feel like you deserve, what it is you originally came into the relationship desiring, wanting to add into your life as far as a partner goes. And so when you allow space and time, it allows you to clearly get a clear mindset of what has happened. Think about whether or not you do want to continue on in the relationship, and then also it allows you to kind of digest this new view of this individual, whoever you're in a relationship with. I know that being in a long-term relationship with someone, it's so easy to just kind of like hop back into the groove of things, you know, if offense is had. And it's always good to forgive somebody, but what you don't want to do is forget. You don't ever want to forget. And anything that somebody does towards you, especially if it involves breaking a commitment or infidelity, if you guys had agreed on monogamy or having a monogamous relationship together, you definitely want to take it into consideration moving forward, and if that's the route that you want to continue to go in. So the next thing that I said that you should do if your partner has continued to cheat or continues to cheat is that you want to make a plan. A lot of the times we forgive our significant others after offense has been made, and we don't come back together, and we don't have the necessary conversations and communication lines. We don't create the necessary communication with one another, making things very clear as to what our individual expectations are, or what we actually want, and just kind of revisit things and making sure that both parties are on the same page. Because like I said, I'm not necessarily against polyamory. It's just, if two people come together and you agree on something, it's always a great idea to revisit what you want moving forward, because we're always constantly evolving. And maybe after being in a relationship with this person, you might actually want to see other people too. You just never know. It's just a great opportunity for you to have vision for the relationship moving forward, and making that very clear if you decide that you're going to stay in the relationship with someone, or making it super clear that you now want to move on with your life by yourself or without them in it. Okay, so just establish your vision and communicating that to your significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so after you create this vision, the next thing that I put on my list is that you want to create and commit to self-accountability. Self-accountability is super important, because you have to stand your ground. You have to mean what you say. You have to let this individual know that you love yourself enough, you respect yourself enough, that if you say something, you really mean business. So you can't go back on your own word. So self-accountability is super important, because it establishes, you're teaching basically the person that you're in a relationship with how to respect you and how to love you. So if anybody has to love on you the most, it has to begin with yourself first. We can't expect for others to treat us better than we treat ourselves. It has to start with us first. We lead the way, and then they follow. We lead by example, okay? That makes sense. So you want to commit to self-accountability. That means no blaming. That means taking your power back, and then holding yourself accountable and capable of honoring and protecting your own heart first. Okay. The next thing that I stated is to hold the line. And so this goes along with self-accountability, because like I said, if you establish certain ways of being with your partner, and you're saying, hey, this is my rule, this is, my boundary. My boundary is that, just for example, my boundary is that moving forward, that we don't sleep with anybody outside of the relationship, just for, because I feel more safe concerning my body and wellness and well-being, that from a spiritual aspect, that we don't go outside of the relationship, or if you go outside of the relationship, that we discuss this first. We discuss it first and come together and we talk about it before any of us decide that we're going to go outside of the relationship. And these are all just examples. And then let's just say moving forward, if that person decides like, hey, they cheat or go outside of the relationship, again, without clearly communicating with you first, like you requested or you guys discussed and agreed upon, then you clearly have to let them know, you know, hey, since you decided to go outside of the relationship without having that discussion that we said that we would have, you know, if that was something that was happening, now I'm deciding that I no longer want to be in the relationship, or whatever your consequence is. You basically have to state a consequence. So you want to hold the line and set your boundary, and then prepare to have a consequence following if that boundary is then crossed. Okay, if somebody crosses your line, you don't want to go from California to New York and allowing somebody to continue to cross your boundaries, because they can go around the world and continually redrawing the line with people. You want to hold your line. So if you do this, then the consequence is going to be this. And I'm not saying this like I'm trying to threaten you. I'm just letting you know that I'm loving on myself, and this is my healthy protective right for myself and how I feel loved, and this is my expectation moving forward. And do you agree or you don't agree? Hold the line. Whatever it is, hold the line. Love on yourself, respect yourself, okay? So the next thing that I put down on my list, and it's actually the final thing because I'm glad you made it to the end of the video, but it is to forgive yourself and try again, okay? Forgiving yourself and trying again basically has everything to do with not giving up on whatever it is that God has placed inside your heart. You know, we're all created a certain kind of way, and I do believe that we are on assignment while we are here in this dimension. And it just has everything to do with honoring what God has placed in your heart, period, point and blank. What is your mission? What is it that you want to do? And not allowing yourself to become defeated when you failed or you've made mistakes along your journey, knowing that you are at point A and you will ultimately get to point Z. It might go squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. The journey might look crazy, but just don't ever give up. So if you believe that you are somebody who was supposed to be in a monogamous relationship and you feel God put that on your heart, then honor yourself and continue, and don't give up, and don't become discouraged so much to the fact where you don't rejuvenate your spirit and how God made you to get back on your path and be bold and courageous, and just admit to yourself, like, hey, you know what? No, I've been hurt a lot in the past in my relationships, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to seek that person that I am, that will fulfill this goal and this mission for me in my lifetime. I'm still believing that this person is true. I'm not going to become discouraged by having my heart broken how many ever times. I'm going to bounce back from this. My true love is out there, and we are going to accomplish great things. So speak life over yourself. Forgive yourself first, which is the major thing. Forgive yourself for maybe not getting it right or making the best decisions or whatever it looks like. Just forgive yourself and then try again. All right, now I hope that these tips were helpful for you. If you have any of if any of these tips were helpful for you, go ahead and put your favorite one down below. Talk about your personal experience. We're all here to support. This is a supportive healing community. You're not in this alone. Believe me, I've been through this before, and unfortunately, you know, I've continued to press forward and be encouraged. And so I feel really grateful to sit here and make this video for anyone out there who is, you know, currently dealing with this sort of situation where they have a significant other that they love very much that continues to go outside of their relationship. It isn't easy, but you do not have to be overcome or defeated by it. Definitely take each one of these steps. Be patient with yourself as you do. Be forgiving with yourself and continue to try again. I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let's continue to recover lost time, rebuild our lives, and rejuvenate our destinies together. Thanks for watching. Y'all be blessed.